How did you come up with your cause, and why did you choose that specific cause? It's simple. We need to build a multi-use cafeteria because the children in our community are hungry. 9 out of 10 children do not have enough to eat, and the ones that do have some food don't have meat, fish, eggs, or milk. Those are luxury items. Our community is made up of the smallest ethnic minority groups in Vietnam, the Ragalai. They make up less than 1% of Vietnam's population, and they have been ignored and deprived of their basic human rights for generations. UNICEF did a survey of the Ninh Thuan province in 2012 and found that the Ragalai people are 9 times poorer than the ethnic Vietnamese. It is the 4th poorest province in Vietnam, with an individual's average daily income of only 88 cents. 88 cents a day in our community is 9 times poorer than that. If they are lucky, they'll have 2 meals a day. A meal to them is soup made from papaya slices and water, eaten with the leaves of the papaya tree. That meal has to sustain them for the whole day, sometimes longer. Yes, papaya has good nutritional value, but that is certainly not enough. That's why a cafeteria would ensure that every child in the community would have at least one nutritious, well-rounded meal every day. How does your organization help UNAFSA's cause and the Vietnamese community? How will your organization involve UNAFSA members? What better way to help the Vietnamese community than by feeding it? We believe the best way to fulfill your mission is to feed this generation so that they can have a chance to grow up healthy, a chance to have every opportunity to grow up to become the next generation. The funds for the cafeteria will be raised throughout the year by different chapters of VSA. The funds from this grant will sponsor construction materials, operating equipment, and a full year worth of food for the children. The community will be donating their land and labor, keeping costs extremely low. How does your organization plan on measuring the success of your project? UNICEF stated in a report last year that the weight of the underweight children is more than double that of the entire province. Catalyst coordinates biannual medical exams done by American volunteers that will allow us to measure the health and nutrition status of all the children. The community is surveyed annually, so we will be able to measure and show if the cafeteria is making a difference and that they're eating more because of it. However, our community's need is so extreme that the results of having a cafeteria will be obvious because the children will finally be eating. What would you do if and when you reached your goal? We would immediately start on the construction of the cafeteria and be able to complete it in less than 2 months. This is done with the help of the community members, the parents, the students, and volunteers. The funds not used for construction would then be used to buy the food for the children's meals every week. If you had to promote your cause in 30 seconds, what would you say? Our goal is to provide children and families basic human rights, food, shelter, and safety. It might be easier to walk away and give up, but if we do, then what happens to the next generation that just wanted a chance? At some point, you and your parents were given a chance. So how can you turn your back on a child that has never had a balanced meal? What is easier? That depends on what is inside you. That depends on what you feel is excusable. I can't give up on them, and I won't. Someone did give up on you. So why don't you be the catalyst for hope?